Hey all my Wildmore friends, it's Friday, May 5th, 2017 here at The Road Report with me, Jill Elizabeth, and today we're talking how to be a gardener in a mobile environment, new information on what's going on maybe with the sun, and just a general update. We'll see you back in just a moment.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny. I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me. You ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know.
So I skipped last week. I actually recorded the video, but it looked sort of like this because the wind was so bad and there was nowhere I could go. So I gave up because it was making me seasick just watching it. I figured there's no way anybody would be able to sit through it. So with that, I wanted to do a couple things today. And one is I'm going to give you a short overview of where the garden is at, but also, I don't know if we can do this, I'm going to make an appeal to an open source mobile garden goal at this point. And you know, one of the problems when you ask people for help is they give you all kinds of suggestions, but you can never really know what everybody's limitations are, and the limitations that I live under around here are enormous. But my goal is to create food that can travel with me no matter what, if I'm stationary or I'm going. So I would love to know if you've had any experience with a pop-up or portable greenhouse. There's tons of them online. I'm thinking that might be the way to go because I'm having a lot of trouble with the temperature, with the wind, with the cows. Although cows have been moved to the other side of the gate, so they're out of my hair. The rats, the rabbits, the mice. Interestingly, because we had a major snow event just recently here, the bugs haven't showed up yet, so I'm not sure if the bugs are going to be an issue. Have only seen one grasshopper post snow, so we'll see. So I thought I'd just throw that out there, you know, as I show you what's going on with my garden. In the comments below, if you want to link up or add any suggestions on your experiences with a mobile greenhouse or ideas for how to grow specific crops in a mobile way, innovation is greatly appreciated. I think I planted these in the beginning of April just to see what seeds would grow. It's now May 5th, so it's been a month and there's almost no growth. This is cabbage. The cabbage and the beets grew pretty well. The problem I'm having is anything I put outside is getting chewed up. Anything I put inside, something's getting in here, starting to chew things up, and the wind is beating the crap out of anything that goes. I have that one pepper plant that I bought as a plant just so I'd have one, and the wind is chewing it up. So, or it's too hot, and even at 70 degrees, and it's even at 70 degrees, it's too hot. Even keeping them watered isn't doing it. So I don't know what to do in terms of, at this point, the goal I have is to create a garden and be mobile with it, meaning I can pick up and go if I have to drive away. The problems are space, access to water, the elements. I had a great lettuce start and the cows dumped my lettuce bin, so like 3 plants out of probably the 30 that survived that experience. So, and what's really interesting is we had that snow, and I haven't seen a lot of the bugs come forward that normally consume everything additionally this time of year. So there's a lot of challenges that I have not mastered yet, and it's really good. I don't have to depend on my gardening skills to eat because I am still in epic fail mode. But the experimenting goes on. The potatoes look good. I tell you, the birds are just been crazy and weird lately. So those are my plants. You can see the proximity to the water is about as close as I could get without cow intervention. So far, the rabbits and other various rodents have not, doesn't look like they've eaten them. The potatoes, I got one barrel that looks really good. It's very distracting. The potatoes look pretty good. So that's kind of where we're at with this area.
Ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love. Still gonna die for what I love. Still gonna try, I won't give up. Still gonna fight until...
The second thing I really wanted to cover is, I just learned this. I don't know if it's true or not, but I wanted to pass it on because it also relates to our personal health and with me and my fabulous skin cancer issues, but also with crops and with the future, is that, you know, there's still some evidence showing that we're moving into a cold period. And one of the things that happens within that cold period is the ozone, I believe, gets compressed, which means there's higher solar radiation, which might explain why I've been having more problems recently. But the purpose of that radiation is to help reduce the fungus, the mold that grows on the plants, because the plants are now in a colder, wetter environment. So as I said, we just had that great big blizzard. As a precursor to what may be coming is massive crop losses around the world. In America, they're looking, at least in Kansas, about 30% loss of wheat. So we don't really experience that in America at this point in time in terms of grocery shelves, but being empty. But we just have to look at places like Venezuela right now to get a little taste of what that will look like, which is why I keep talking about food. That's my plants. We'll see what survives. It's a lot of snow. But it's also to factor this idea in of, you know, there's other changes that are happening, not explainable 100%, but it does make a little bit of sense if you think about it from a big picture, more than just our personal experience. So if things are getting colder, that might explain why there's more radiation emanating. And the second piece of that is that may be why a lot of this geoengineering is taking place, is the chemtrails are actually trying to block out that radiation. Don't know if it's true. Something to think about.
They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win. I won't stop till the end, no.
So the last piece I just want to do kind of an update. So we've just been putting around that blizzard, which I will show you right here. That was unexpected. It was very interesting. At the point of the morning when we had lots of wind, I mean, there were snowdrifts that were this deep. Now it melted very quickly, and by the next day everything was gone. But pretty late in the year to have such a ferocious type blizzard this low. Here in New Mexico, although I'm at 6,500 feet, so my elevation is pretty high. But we see, if you look at pictures around the world, there's been a lot of late snow this year. Something to think about. Let's see which way we're going here. But just as a general update, I'm still plotting along. I'm still working on a specific book, which I will be sharing with you shortly, to get your feedback on, as a way to really synthesize a lot of information in a very simple and concise manner. So that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. How about you? But we're enjoying a beautiful day today. So far they have not chemtrailed us, and everything else is moving along. Although I will give you a sidebar. Major mouse invasion. Lots of dead things. I don't even know what that was. I think it was a rabbit. Nature is here in its full force. The wind is going to be kicked up for the next week, so we'll see if I can get a video out sometime in the next week. And with that, I will say thank you for joining me here at the Road Report. Again, any suggestions or links that you would like to offer up for me to look on would be super helpful, about how to create a food-producing garden in a mobile way so I can pack it up and take it with me, because the question that I like to ask myself and you, whose responsibility is it that we get fed? And if we're not feeding ourselves,
some injuries, mentally and physically. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory. Bad enough to get a C, they'd rather just go leave it be. And oh, this journey I've been on since 13, working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone.
It makes me feel vulnerable. I'm just saying. So with that, we'll see you next time.
They say I'm way too obsessed,
the ultimate in sun protection.
And I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret.